Welcome to Yes You Can with Victor Dave Okita. And I want to thank you so much for being a part of tonight's program. On the program a time ago, we spoke about vision. And I said that living a life of vision is the solution to not knowing what tomorrow holds. One of the ways to secure the future is to create it. One of the ways to know what the future will look like is to create it. And that's very simple to understand. If I can decide that this is where I'm going, I can know what my life will look like when I get there. And so there is no future except that which is created. There is no tomorrow except that which is created, which is invented. And so life be for you what you make it to become. Now I know people argue that statement a lot. They say, but you don't know, you cannot control everything that happens in life. You can. And how do you do that? Have a vision, have a direction, have a goal. I told you some time ago how that when the plane is in the air, an aircraft is in the air and is flying, before it takes off, there is the flight plan that is given to him, telling him where he's going to take off from the airport and where he's going to land, his landing airport, the destination, and the route, because there are many routes. The route is going to follow. Then they tell him about the present weather condition, and then they said you can go, and he leaves, takes off from the plane, from the runway, and he's in the air. And you know what? It is difficult for a plane to be in the air without meeting turbulence. Why? Because at sometimes, things happen in the air. And when I say turbulence, there are different degrees of turbulence. All right? There are different degrees of turbulence. And so every plane that you see flying from one destination to the other meets challenges in the air. But you know what the pilot does? The pilot says right now we are 6,000 miles or feet above sea level, and we are going to readjust the plane. We have to go higher, otherwise we cannot get to where we're going to. And so if things happen along the line to drag the plane away from his flight plan, the pilot has the responsibility to refocus the plane to go in the direction that it's supposed to go. That is what life is about. Things may happen to take you away from your flight plan, from your vision, from where God is taking you to. You may lose a loved one. Your business may crash. Somebody may come and burn your house. Someone may come and burn down your business. You may not forecast that dollar is going to rise the way it's rising. Things may happen. The price of things may change. Somebody may steal your money. You may retire, without knowing that it has come the way it has come. You may just be the way things. You may be in a situation where you didn't expect things to be the way they are. But like that pilot, you know what you do when you have a vision? You drag your life back. You say the plan is that I am going this way, and irrespective of what has happened around me, I'm still going to move forward. I'm still going to get to where I'm going to. I'm still going to hit what I plan to hit. And then you move. That's what life is about. You've got to move. And move now. Don't wait. Move now. Don't say things are not working. Work it out. Have a vision. Refuse to let the challenges of yesterday, the weight of your past and present circumstances deter you away from following your vision, from creating a plan. Some people say, well, the reason why I don't like to have a plan is because most times things happen that change your plan. No, that's the wrong assertion. If you don't have a plan, when things happen, they didn't change anything. They will become your new reality. But if you have a plan, when things happen, you will go back to your plan and say, in spite of what has happened, there's a plan, there's a blueprint. I have to try and make this blueprint my reality, not what has happened to me. People go into marriages without knowing what their marriage should look like. Why should you get married without planning? This is what my marriage will look like. This is how we are going to talk in our home. You can plan how to talk to your wife and you're going to talk to your husband. You can plan your communication. In some homes, they just talk to each other anyhow. If you don't do it now, it's not your business. If you do it now, it's my business. The man doesn't have manners of talking to the wife. The wife doesn't have manners of talking to the husband. It's a tug of war. Before they drink water, you will fight. Before you eat food, you will fight. No! Plan. When I get married, I'm going to talk like this to my wife. If my wife has something she wants to say to me, this is how she should say it to me. This is how I will also say my own to her. If my wife is not happy about something I have done and she wants to communicate it, this is how she should communicate it. If I'm not happy about something my wife has done, this is how I'm going to communicate it to my wife. That's a vision of your marriage. You can say part of my vision, you can say that yourself as you're planning your marriage. You say, I'm going to ensure we don't fight in my home. Once somebody is angry, the other person should just be quiet. Why? Because it's not about who is right. It's about peace at the end of the day. You can have that as a vision for your family, for your marriage. And if that has not been before now, you can create it. You see, change is constant. Don't say, this is how I grew up. This is my character. This is my life. Change your character. Change your life. Change the way you grew up. If the way you grew up is not helping your life, change it. If the way you grew up is not helping your family, change it. If the way you grew up is not helping your business, change it. If the way you grew up is not helping your academics, change it. Don't stay and say, I was brought up like this. Oh yeah, bring yourself up now. I had to say, oh yeah, that's not English, you know that, right? Yes, now bring yourself up right now. Bring yourself up now. Don't wait and say, the way I grew up, the way you grew up is bad. Hello? If you were raised up to always cut yourself razor on your leg, that's how you were trained. Will you keep doing it when you realize that you are injuring yourself? But sometimes what you're doing may be injuring you, but you will say, that's how I grew up. Who told you that's how you grew up? Change the way you grew up. There's a way. You say you have a mind. Reorganize your mind. Reprogram your mind. Restructure your mind. Re-strategize your life. I said, don't let the weight of the past and present circumstances be the reason why you don't have a vision. Stop thinking like your life is out. Stop thinking like there is no path for you. Oh, you may have lost everything in your life, but there is hope for you. You may have lost everything in your life, but you can move forward. You may have lost everything in your life, but there is glory awaiting you. Have a vision. Fight for your life. Don't end up in an entity. You know what I used to say to myself? I have only one life. I want to make the most of it for God and for humanity. I have only one life. I don't want to be filled with excuses. I don't want to stand before God and say, well, I have excuses. No, I don't want excuses. I want results. I want to tell myself that, look, in spite of all that happened along the way, I still became all that I was supposed to become. That's the beauty of life. And that's why you must not let yesterday keep you from having a vision. You must not let the challenges, the experiences. You may have lost your business thousands of times. You may have lost millions of naira in your business. You may have lost business contacts and relationship. But the time is now when you will rise up and say, in spite of all I have gone through, in spite of all that has happened to me, I am going to stand up and rebuild my life. I may be starting with one block at a time, but sure, I'm going to rebuild my life. I may be starting with 1 naira at a particular time, but I'm going to rebuild my life. Life belongs to those who can say to themselves, in spite of all that I've been through, I'm going to still be my best. So wake up, my brother. Go and become your best. Why are you going to fold your arms? Why are you going to close your eyes in tears? Oh, I lost my husband. Yes. Oh, we are so sorry about that. But you see, your life doesn't end where your husband's life ends. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Oh, I lost my child. Oh, we are so sorry, my dear. But your life does not end where your child's life ends. Oh, I lost my business. But your life does not end where your business ended. You know what you're going to do? You talk to yourself. You say, I'm reprogramming my future. You see, that's the word for you right now. Reprogram your future. Sit down and go back to the game board. You know what footballers do? When they play a game, not just footballers, sportsmen generally, when they play a game, they go back to watch the game they have played, whether they won the game or they lost it. And in the case where they lose, they check out for their mistakes and say, our defense was poor. Our center midfield was not very well. We had a very good striker, but you see, the side guys, the center forward, left and right, they didn't do well. And so we're going to do a plan. We're going to put them through a new process. We may substitute this guy in the next game. What are they doing? Re-strategizing. You don't back up before you lost because you lost the game. You re-strategize because life is going on, brother. And if life is going on, you're going to win your own game in life. You're not going to fold your arms and say, because life is not treating me well, or because life has not treated me well, I'm going to close my eyes and wait for whatever be, or whatever can be to be. No. 1,000 times no. 1,000 times no. 1,000 times no. Wake up, dust yourself, rise again, go hard again, fight hard again, win again, be your best again, fight for it, and you can do it. Why am I talking to you this night, this way? Because there's so much potential in your life. Sometimes I look at some women, They are married, but they have let the problems of their marriages and families rob them of becoming their best in life. All they are thinking about is how to take care of my children, how to eat food, how to take care of my husband. Sister, is that all there is about your life? Is that all there is about your life? How to take care of your children, how to take care of your husband? But you are a great woman. Go out and deploy your potentials. Go and fight for a cause. Become your best. Don't say that I have retired. You see young girls, they get married and all there is about their life ends. Not me, not you. Wake up and do. You wanted to be a great politician, go into politics and play it. You wanted to be a great businesswoman, go into business and do it. You wanted to become a great woman of God, go after God and pursue it. Oh, you said I can sing, but when I got married, I forgot about singing. It's time to go pick up your microphone and start singing. Let us hear of those songs in you. Let us hear of those beautiful write-ups in you. Oh, you said I wanted to build a school before I got married. Now that I'm married, I have a lot of problems. Look away from your problems. Go hard and build that school. Do something with your life. Don't say my dreams are coming to an end because of what you're going through in your marriage or in your life. Wake up and have a vision. Your past is inconsequential. If you have a future, your past is inconsequential. If you have a dream, your past is inconsequential. If you can dream it. One time a dear young lady said, oh, I've lost it all in my life. I said, you have not lost it all in your life. The day you decide that you have lost it all, that day you lose it all. But if you will wake up today and say, well, in spite of all that has happened, I'll still be my best and I'm going to enjoy my life, then you will enjoy your life. It is not about what happens to you. It's about what you do. So if in your life right now you have a lot of things that have happened to you to make you want to give up, don't give up. Wake up and pursue that vision and dream that God gave to you. Thank you for being a part of our program tonight.